Hi guys, welcome to my channel. You're watching Big Fish Lad and my name's Paul, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a recent shipping order that I had that didn't go to plan. So what happened was, I was going back a week ago, I was looking at the ads and seeing what was about for sale, because obviously the local fish shops are not really selling fish, only essential things, although that some of them are shipping out. But there's nothing that I really wanted, because obviously I want it from a big tank, and there's certain fish that I'm looking for that tank. So I come across two Amphilophus flavillaeus, and that's the barred Midas cichlid, and I couldn't believe my eyes, because that's something that I really wanted, and I'd only ever seen one in my own time, so I was quite excited about this. So then I noticed on the ad that they were down the south in UK, and I'm from the north of the UK. So you're looking at, if even driving, it would have been an 8+ hour round trip, and obviously in the current climate, I've got no chance of doing that anyway. So it did say on the ad that they would ship out at the buyer's risk. So I contacted the guy and had a chat with him, and I wanted to get a feel for how he was shipping them out, who he was shipping them out with, because obviously we want it done right. It's not just about losing money, it's about getting the livestock here right and getting them here alive. So the guy, obviously he's not a business, but he does breed his own fish, and he said he'd done 117 shippings and never had a problem. So I did a little bit of a research on the company that he was using, because I've never had fish shipped by them before, and the guys who I knew said they'd never had a problem. So I invested the money and we did the deal. So on the Wednesday of this week, he sent me, well, one of the Wednesday, was the Thursday, sorry, he sent me my receipt and my tracking number for delivery for the Friday. So for those of you that don't know, what they do is they pack the fish in bags, put them in boxes, heat pads, that kind of thing, and then they get the company to pick them up from the post office near them, which is around about 12 noon on the Thursday. The shipping company then take them to the nearest depot to me and get them out to me before 12 noon the next day. So I had my tracking number, and obviously Friday morning came, and I'm excited, but I'm nervous. Always nervous when I'm getting fish shipped, because you never know, and I have had a couple of occasions where it's not gone right. But predominantly most shipping orders are perfect. Anyway, it gets to 12 o'clock and the fish have still not arrived. So I get onto the company, and obviously current climate, I knew that it was going to be a long shot, but I couldn't get through, and it took me about an hour and a half to get through, and the fish have still obviously not arrived at this time either. And when I finally got through to the company, the lady on the phone, who was brilliant, said to me that it was not going to happen on that day, and that there'd been a rearranged for the day after. So obviously, as you can imagine, I panicked, because I think, well, they're probably not going to live that long. If it's going to be the next day, they're probably not going to live that long. However, can I argue? Can I complain? No, I can't, because this thing of at my own risk is ringing through my mind. And at the end of the day, they're a company trying to do something in a really rubbish time, and they reduce staff. So I didn't complain. I just said to the girl, it's a shame, because it's livestock and they're probably going to die, and it's a shame. And she said, you know what, it doesn't feel right, and she said she wanted to do something for me. So she told me she was going to ring the depot and speak to the manager and see if there's anything they could do from a social distancing point of view, obviously. So I said, okay, brilliant, it's really good of you to do that, because obviously your policy is your policy. That was around about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so the fish have already gone past the 24-hour mark, and I waited, and it was around about 4 o'clock in the afternoon that a manager from the depot contacted me. And again, he was brilliant, same as the girl, he was brilliant. He said, listen, he said, you can come down and get them, as long as there's no more than 2 of you, and you follow the social distancing rules that we have in place when you get here. So I'm isolating anyway, so my partner, so I have an underlying illness, so obviously my minimal contact is what I need. So my partner comes with me, and we go, it's about an hour's round trip, so half an hour there, half an hour back. So we drove over to the depot, and again, The guy was brilliant, you know, social distancing, you know, he took us, we went into a place where there was like, they were like separate from us, and they then told us to wait outside. They put the box outside, they went back inside, we got the box. Brilliant, social distancing was brilliant, and there was nobody else about. So he gets the box, and then I takes the box to the car. I opens the box, pulled the first bag out, and the fish was alive, but he wasn't in a great way, but he was alive, which was great. So I put him back in the box. I pulled the other bag out, and unfortunately that fish was dead. So at that point I was really gutted, but I had to think about the other fish, so I needed to get the other fish home and make sure I kept him alive. So we brought the fish home, and this video today was supposed to be an unboxing video of those two fish. However, obviously I'm here today now telling you about a sad story, but actually we saved the other one. The other one's alive. I put him in a 240 tank on his, well, he's with a little Triumark, and I put him in there, and I left the lights out, and I left him out for a good like 24 hours. If you want to see that fish and you're on my Instagram, Big Fish Lad Instagram, go over and have a look. There's a story on there with him on, and I left him for a couple of days, and obviously I've looked at today and he's swimming about today, which is great. I didn't want to film him because he's still a little bit stressed, and I need to sort of like spend a couple of days just leaving him be. But I will do a video, you know, in the probably next week on him, just to show you what he's like. But you know, this is, I guess why I'm speaking to you is because I'm telling you that what can happen when you ship fish. Now, I'm not going to blame the parcel company, because I ordered the fish, and you know, that line of "at your own risk" is at my own risk. So you know what, it lies with me. I'm only angry at myself because my fish hobby gets the better of me and I order fish, and you know what, we know that that's the risk, and it's really, really sad. But you know what, I want to make sure that we kept the other one alive, and we did. I contacted the guy who bought them off to inform him, let him know, and he was brilliant, because he did turn around to me and he said, listen, what do you want something back? And I said, well, you know, you said I actually said to him it was at my own risk, and he went, right, okay, and he gave me my delivery money back. And you know what, that was superb of him, because he didn't have to give me anything, but he gave me my delivery money back, and you know what, he'll probably claim that back anyway, so none of us are out of pocket. So do you know what, fair play to him. Some decent people about, and he was sad as well that one of his fish that he'd grown on had died, but you know, I can't follow him one bit. So yeah, you know, I've had lots and lots and lots of fish delivered in a box, and you know, it's one of those things, you know, it's one of those things we can't change it. So for anyone out there that thinks about having fish shipped, do it, because the percentage rate is really high, but be mindful that you do get days that are not very good, and this is what happens. So sorry for the bit of the downer, but I just wanted to share my story, because I did promise on one of my other videos that I'd be doing an unboxing video. So you know what, onwards and upwards. You know, for those of you that think I was out of order, feel free to tell me that in the comments. I'm okay with it. But thanks for watching, and you know what, see you on the next video, guys.